one of the Moonlight SMP started with... Wait a second. Is it me or is the moon different? Yeah, so this time around we have 30 days left to live before we all die to the moon. But that didn't stop Sharkboy from being the first one to die. Shark's the first one to go! In this server, if you die, you have to be revived by another player, which is why Shadow revived Sharkboy after he died. But Sharkboy wasn't the only one who died. While I was looking for iron,
Yeah, Schelvy is dying.
Whoa, shoot!
Skill issue.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. Thankfully, Dritten revived me with her revival token, and I could continue mining. I do now have full iron, which is great, but it doesn't help you when you fall to your death. Lowfleet also died to a baby zombie. After a while, we were finally revived, and me and Lowfleet decided that I will get iron while she worked on the house. Well, I got distracted with the pillager outpost and an ancient city. Oh no, not more wardens, no. I died to fall damage. Alfor revived me and I went back to work, this time actually getting iron. When I came back, I saw the amazing house Lowfleet made for us. Thank you. But Sharkboy also wanted some iron, so I decided to take him to the cave, and this happened.
Orange.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh my god!
Bro, I'm inside a tornado
Shadow,
right now.
protect me. Shadow, you see the tornado from over here?
Oh yeah?
It spawned next to us, and it started following me.
After all of that, I decided to make another building next to me and Lowfleet's house for storage since my inventory was kinda bad. I think it turned out nice, so I went to go get more iron to finish day 1 off. I died again. 2 fall damage. After a lot of struggling to get iron, Aof finally revived me, which concludes... Day 2 of the Moonlight SMP started with Dritten being a skill issue, because she couldn't stop me from taking their team's enchantment table. This Minecraft server is only going to be 30 days long, before we all die. So I, being the kind person I am, decided to give back the enchantment table after a lot of trolling, of course. I spent most of my time today building this farm, but sadly it doesn't work. Why? Because of acid rain destroying all my crops. And also spawn being in the middle of it. After that disaster project, I decided to tame a horse to get around a lot quicker. I also got this ghost cat, which is so cute. But I needed resources, so I decided to go far to find a cave. While I run there, I got this comment on my last video. I have a water bucket, thank you very much. And I am a Minecraft pro. Oh. Cut that out. Anyways, I ended up going mining, and as I came out, this happened. I almost just fell into a cave with... Oh no! That's a tornado on me! Oh no! Oh no! Everything's going so badly right now. Oh no! Oh no! Man, the weather really hates me, but I did get home safely. Until later, another tornado spawned right on top of me, and Yikes. Later, I decided to go mining again, and this time it went way better. To conclude today, here's Sharkboy's creation, which he made on... The tension on the server has never been higher than today on day 3 of the Moonlight SMP. I started today by playing a prank on the Forest group by moving their enchanting table into this one spot. But Aof decided to snitch on me, which was not that cool. So I put the table in this barrel, and the Forest people don't know about it. But they know about me mining their trees. It's just I need a lot of materials for my next project, which I sadly cannot talk about yet because of the people on Moonlight watching my shorts. But today I also explored a bit to see if I could pick out a nice area. For what? All I can say is that it's not safe for Team Rocket to live at spawn anymore, and part of that reason are the tornadoes that keep bullying me, like the one today. I luckily survived it since I am so cool, but that doesn't change the fact that Day 4 of the Moonlight SMP started with me going over to the Forest group's base. Why? To actually not steal their enchantment table. If you have seen the last few days, I have been stealing their enchantment table, because in this server we only have 30 days left to live before we all end up 6 feet under. but I felt like that when I discovered they wisened up and didn't place their enchantment table. So I decided that I will finally make my own, but of course I was 1 diamond short. So I went and got it and made my own enchantment table. You might be wondering why I am doing this, and it is because I got this crazy enchantment book from fishing. So I wanted to put it on some boots, and so that's what I went to do, and oh my god. After that, I put mending on it, and now it's crazy good. What's also crazy is the amount of signs I put inside the forest group space. It's because they didn't share the enchanter, and they are all not Sigma. But that concludes. I was probably the most evil I have ever been on day 5 of the Moonlight SMP. Today started out with me going mining for diamonds because my diamond tools aren't looking so great. But when I was in the mines, or that's a baby zombie. Oh
I
shoot.
hate baby
Oh
zombies
shoot, there's a chance I might
so
die
much.
here. Oh no.
Oh, then we're actually doomed. Oh, we're so doomed.
Yeah. If you aren't aware, when you die on the Moonlight SMP, you have to wait to be revived by a friend, which isn't cheap. The only problem is that my friend Aof was also dead, but by some miracle, Lovely heard my cries and revived me and Aof. After being revived, I went back into the cave and got 17 diamonds. Later on, Aof needs some prismarine shards, so we decided to take on an ocean monument together. I bet you can guess what happened next. I might drown. I don't have enough health. No. Yeah, so thankfully Dritten came online and she revived us both. Dritten currently hates me for placing all those signs from yesterday, and I don't think she's gonna help me anymore after what I did next. I decided to take the pink sheep they have in their base and hide it far away. And my plan is to have them pay me for their sheep back. We will see how that goes. But day 6 of the Moonlight SMP started with my plan failing horribly. If you missed yesterday, I stole the forest people's sheep and demanded their entire enchantment setup to get the sheep back. They decided to burn my book and celebrate. Instead of retaliating or doing anything, I decided to hang out with Andok, who had just come back from his little break.
I'm making fabulous stairs right now. What do you guys want? What are you guys doing? What is going on?
Oh my goodness.
I hate you guys so much.
We're gonna jump him. We're gonna jump him. 1, 2, 3. I got you.
What the? You know what? I am just gonna ignore that. I decided today to finally start building my secret project. I wish I could say what it is, but I don't want the rest of the server to know. So for now, it will remain a secret. But hey, that concludes. I might be cooked because of day 7 of the Moonlight SMP. Today started out great when Tucker finally joined the server. I decided to give him a bunch of my iron, and we went our separate ways. Later on, I fished out a cursed binding book, and I wanted to get some use out of it. So I put it on a chainmail helmet and set up a little room. I then asked Dritten if she would want to talk about our beef. So that's what we did, and I ended up getting the helmet on her after a bunch of struggles. To say she was mad would be an understatement. After some while, Al4 logged on with Dritten, and they chatted to each other while Dritten tried to break the helmet. I saw an opportunity and killed Al4 with lava since PvP was turned off. Now their entire team was mad and wanted me dead. So I just ran away to work on my secret project. But yeah, I think it's time to start taking things seriously, because on day 8 of the Moonlight SMP, things started to take a turn for the worst. Today started out great when I finished my secret project, which is a creeper farm, so I can get gunpowder. I'll tell you why later, because Lovely joined and I showed her the farm and location of the Team Rocket base. We both agreed that we needed an enchantment setup, so we decided to go raid our stronghold to get all the bookshelves. It went great until we got back to our home at spawn. While we were gone, Shadow had trapped our storage building. Thankfully, I noticed before it was too late, and we were unharmed. So we decided that it is definitely time to move out, and so that's what we did. At our new home, I put the gunpowder to great use by making TNT and building a tunnel bore, which got us a lot of diamonds and deep slate. But because of today, I believe... Oh no. Today, on day 9 of the Moonlight SMP, Shadow told me to follow some coordinates, and what was there was something that could dictate how the server will end up. Shadow and If had set up a small area for all the teams to meet, and I wasn't aware of this until the last seconds, so I was forced to talk with everyone. Thankfully, Lovely joined me, and we set our price for the sheep, but the forest group flat out refused to pay anything for the sheep. Thankfully, this means I am fine for another day, but things are getting way more heat on the server. And that's partly because of Shadow making so many traps like whatever this is. Shadow managed to trap AF and Al4 with this, which was really funny. Today I also went mining with AF, getting a lot of resources, and also dying to a warden. But today was also really good for my team because I set up a villager trading area, finally getting mending for my gold armor that was really close to breaking. What's also broken is my bones because me and Shadow recreated this Deltarune meme. That was really funny, but Shadow is actually insane because day 10 of the Moonlight SMP started with Shadow wanting me and the evil hobbits to go with him. So we all agreed, and everyone but Shadow died to wardens. Yikes. Shadow got what they deserved after dying in a trial chamber we all went to later, and of course we didn't get anything good. Later, Matthew finally came back with the milk, and I decided to help Shadow trap him, which was really funny.
Why is there redstone up here?
Oh god.
I also watched Wasp fall for the same trap. The worm has fed on a total of 4 souls now. This means I am going to lose it, because on day 11 of the Moonlight SMP, I spent a ridiculous amount of time in several trial chambers. Why? To get a mace, of course. Doing so many trial chambers over and over was so bad. Can I cry? No? What do you mean, no? Anyways, after a lot of trying, I finally got it, and I finally felt free from my torture. While in my time down there, I also got 2 Windburst books, so I put them on my mace and now we're in business. All of Moonlight should fear me. Okay, I might have sounded a little too evil there, so meet my new ghost pet, Birch Planks. Yeah. I have had enough, because on day 12 of the Moonlight SMP, I decided it's time to get back at Shadow. Why? Because they have been trapping everyone on the server, and I think it's finally time I try to get back at them. So I made a drop trap in their house, and waited, and guess what? The trap failed. How? Water bucket. That was annoying, so I went to go do another annoying thing, which was curing zombie villagers. It almost went well, but I died. After being revived, I finished that up and enchanted my sword and got myself a silk touch pick. But it bothered me that I wasn't able to trap Shadow. So I decided to do something very risky. I set up a TNT ambush in the nether and waited. On this server, I removed the entire nether, so it was complete void. One wrong step and... oh. Shadow revived me, and I waited again until...
That is so not cool. I don't like you. You're so mean.
Let's go! I did it! And that was because it's time to start being cautious, because on day 13 of the Moonlight SMP, I decided that because of what I did yesterday, it's time to be way more cautious. And what better than disguises? So I present to you the new Team Rocket. Lowfley is green, Matthew is pearl, and I am Gem. If you know the reference, I love you. But disguises won't be enough, so I upgraded my gear to netherite. How? Because today I opened the moon. When you die, you are sent to the moon instead of being in spectator mode. And on the moon is where all the netherite, blaze rods, and other very important things are. And because of this... Are you kidding me? When I logged on today on day 14 of the Moonlight SMP, I was told of something awful. Al4, who I had been leaving alone as of recent, decided to take 90% of the ancient debris on the moon. Why is that important? Because I deleted the entire nether on the server, and so the moon is the only place to get netherite, which is also used to revive yourself when you die. So the server might now be cooked. But me especially, because most of today I spent gathering materials for the Team Rocket base. It was a nightmare getting the rest of the deep slate, blackstone, and concretes needed. Oh my gosh, dude. Day 15 of the Moonlight SMP was very productive for me. Today I only worked on the Team Rocket base. What is the base gonna be? It's gonna be the Team Rocket HQ from Pokemon, of course. So I started out by moving some of our stuff and cleared out a large area for our base, which I then filled up with concrete. After that, I made a fence around using iron bars and tuff. I then started on the actual building, doing one layer at a time. I have already designed this in a different world, so it should be pretty easy to build. And I did this all on It's time to prepare for war on day 16 of the Moonlight SMP. I started today by working on a bit of the base. It wasn't as much as I did yesterday, but it is still great progress. But in 1 week from today, PvP is enabled starting the final week of the server, where most of the rules drop and everyone fights it out. So I decided to prepare by going to the moon to get a specific item that will help me. I climbed the peaks to farm some gas to get their tiers. These will be used for end crystals later on, and because I don't want anyone else to get their hands on the tiers, I broke the spawners I had placed when I was making the moon. And I did this all because day 17 of the Moonlight SMP started with me crafting my ender crit. I forgot the ender eyes. No. So I angrily went back to the moon and farmed endermen until I got enough ender pearls to make 3 stacks of crystals. While I was smelting the sand for the crystals, I finally got around to making the Team Rocket banner I used last year back on Havoc. It felt great to have it again, along with all of my crystals. What also felt great was me finally finishing the Team Rocket base. Well, besides for the interior and many more details I want to add later. But that's for a later day, because today is only. It's time to start being smart, because on day 18 of the Moonlight SMP, I saw the start of the council building. This is a problem, because once the council is formed, I can and will be held accountable for everything I do. So I decided to go mining for obsidian from my end crystals I made yesterday. I also got a lot of extra obsidian because I think it's smart for me to have a secret base, which is what I started today. So if the council comes after me, I can hide and stay away from them. And because of the council... Oh, how cute. My little lie I made yesterday worked. Because on day 19 of the Moonlight SMP, I continued to work on my project I started yesterday. Which is what I lied about. It's not a secret base. It's actually a prison. For whom? Dritten. Because if I want to get at Al4, I am gonna have to strike him where it hurts. But because I am kinda nice, I furnished Dritten's room so she felt at home. And so she couldn't escape, I also put an Elder Guardian in the prison. This was one of the worst things I have ever done on Moonlight. I died 6 times while moving this. But that doesn't matter, because I met up with Dritten and forced her to follow me. I then showed her the prison and trapped her in it. And don't worry, Dritten doesn't have a pickaxe, so it will be very hard for her to escape. Before I continue, I want to say that this is my own doing. Loafley and Matthew have no involvement in this. Now that I have said this, here is the deal, Al4. I will give you back Dritten if you stop working on the council indefinitely. Or if you don't want Dritten back, I will sell her on the Pokemon Black Market. There is a high demand for Littens right now. So what will it be, Al4? Contact me on Discord when you have the answer. The war has begun. But earlier on day 20 of the Moonlight SMP, I met up with Styx to help clean up their really destroyed forest. I also helped them get their first death, which of course was by the worm. But that's where the nice things end, because Sharkboy docks the location of my base to Al4. I was mad. So I decided screw it and turned on PvP and destroyed Al4. He was mad, but his focus turned to helping Dritten, because yesterday I had trapped Dritten in my prison. And instead of agreeing to my demands, he got the cords of the prison from Dritten and tried to go save her. And when I say tried, I mean tried and failed, because I wouldn't just let him save her that easily. Kill him! Kill him! This is a crafting table. Al4's back. Al4's back. Place water. Place water.
Ow, I'm gonna die. You almost dead.
Nah.
Al4 block. Al4 block.
This is a crafting table. And because of my actions today, let's try to take a chill pill for day 21 of the Moonlight SMP. If you missed yesterday, the SMP fell into war because of my actions. So for today, I decided to just relax and build an elevator for the Team Rocket base. And it actually went fairly well. I got it to work and it's wonderful. Wait, why is there action music? Oh no. So instead of having a peaceful day, Al4 jumped me while I was just chilling at my base. And I was not prepared in the slightest. So I locked in and fought for my life. And after a lot of fighting, I won. And I decided to make the sword Al4 had. And holy moly, this is cool. I tested it out on some parasites that had started infecting our world. And it worked amazingly. But after all of this, day 22 of the Moonlight SMP started with me finding this. So it seems like the infection is spreading. That's a great reminder that we're all gonna die in a week when the moon crashes into us. To escape the thought of that, I went and raided some trial chambers to restock on some supplies, while also fighting off parasites. Man, these things are everywhere. I also decided that it's about time that I start making myself a room to rest and relax. I wasn't able to do much today, but hey, it's a start. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why is the planet shaking? Jeez. Okay, anyways, on day 23 of the Moonlight SMP, I worked on more of my floor in the Team Rocket base. Again, I wasn't able to do much today, and that's because a lot of people logged on today, some of whom were also in the Forest group. So I took this chance to fight Al 4. So we met up and fought, and of course I won, since I am so cool. But I wasn't satisfied, so I followed Al 4 to the moon and fought him even more. Of course I won every fight, since I am so goated, but he's strong, and if I'm not careful, he can kill me. Unlike Styx, who tried to jump me and failed miserably. Better luck next time, Twig. Day 24 of the Moonlight SMP started with me working on the interior of my base. This is literal torture. So I ended up procrastinating a lot today. One of the things I did was fight a wither. I then used the nether star to craft a spell which will shoot skulls at mobs. I also messed with Styx again today. I personally have no idea if they're trying to kill me or what, but I did not take the fight seriously. I did end up killing them several times, but I genuinely have no idea if they were trying. But that concludes. I have completely destroyed the Forest group on day 25 of the Moonlight SMP. Today started out like normal with me bullying Styx and me procrastinating on doing my interior for my base. Aof offered to help me, so I decided to let them build the first floor, but that didn't get far because Dritten joined. Styx and Dritten both cornered me at my base, and I was ready for a fight, but this happened instead. Are you being serious? If you're being serious, I will completely allow you to kill me. I'll kill you all, don't test me. Oh, Dritten left.
Roblox avatar.
Oh, the dramas are real. Can I have diamonds
Can I have
too?
diamonds
Sure.
too?
But you have to be like completely serious about joining the hobbits and
Flash
not
serious
just leaving them
Roblox.
immediately. Whenever you're ready, Styx. Once you kill me, the deal is set. Holy crap, I was not expecting that. And now that happened, I can officially say that. Day 26 of the Moonlight SMP started with me fighting parasites. The infection has really been spreading and we don't have long left until we die. But if I die, I want to overcome my procrastination of finishing the interior of the Team Rocket base, which I managed to do today. I decorated the main entrance room by the elevator, the kitchen, and the living room. I also made a secret room where I have my potion making stuff. I made a lot of strength, speed, and regen pots for the upcoming fighting. But that concludes. My base was destroyed today on day 27 of the Moonlight SMP. Today started out with me bullying Dritten since I can't bully Styx anymore, but Al 4 logged on to save Dritten from me. So we got into a fight, and while I was distracted, Dritten snuck past me and destroyed Aof and Andok's house, and then went to destroy mine. I tried to get there as fast as I could, but I kept dying to the void. Once I arrived, I saw Dritten had blown up my chests, killed my parrot and my villagers. I was furious, but glad my main building wasn't touched. Out of rage, I went to where I hid Pinky, the Forest group's pet sheep, and killed it right in front of them. But I wasn't satisfied, so I burned down the entire forest around their base. And I wasn't the only one. Aof, Styx, Shark, and Shadow also got involved and helped grief them. The Forest group will pay for all the pain they have caused this server. Day 28 of the Moonlight SMP started with me going back to the Team Rocket base. Why? Because I wanted to try and repair some of the damage that was done yesterday. So I fixed up the farm and gave the remaining villagers their freedom. I also made graves for my parrot and Pinky. Even if Pinky wasn't my pet, I believe he deserved a grave as well. For the rest of the day, I just chilled in my base and prepared for tomorrow. We will either defeat Al 4 or die trying, but that's all for. When I logged onto the server on day 29 of the Moonlight SMP, I was expecting a fight, but instead it was really peaceful. I geared back up and went to help Ao fix spawn while Shadow and Shark fought each other. A while later, Al 4 logged on, so me and Shadow decided to try and troll him, but he got away until I was teleported to him. Al 4 really didn't want to fight, so I respected his wishes and decided to give him a friend. Yeah, that wither didn't last long as we killed it with ease. What also was easy were the duels I did with Shadow and Aof. I won most of the time, but during the fighting my helmet broke, so I will have to repair that tomorrow. But that doesn't change the fact we're all gonna die tomorrow. tomorrow. So let's try to make the most of it. Oh no. Today the moon is gonna kill us. Because today is day 30 of the Moonlight SMP, which I started today by repairing my helmet that broke yesterday. I really needed this because we did more duels, which started with a 1v3, me against Ao, Shadow, and Styx. I barely won, so we added Andok to the fight, making it a 1v4. I don't know how, but I won against all of them. But I didn't win against Sharkboy, who decided to ruin the peace we had by blowing up me, Ao, Shadow, and Styx, killing us all. I couldn't let him get away with this, so I proceeded to spawn 3 withers on him and killed him. Another person who died was Styx, this time for the final time. Styx had asked to be killed, and so Shadow agreed and killed Styx. Later on, me, Aof, and Shadow met up at spawn and said our goodbyes to each other as we parted ways. I went back to the Team Rocket base and moved my pets to my floor in the base, and in my final moments, all I could do was just watch as everything I knew and loved died in an instant, including myself.